Hey, what's up, my cochinos and cochinas? I'd like to welcome you back to another video. Thank you for being a part of this universe, this earth, this life. What we're doing today is another mukbang, gangbang, finger bang. Go ahead and do your thing. Chitty chitty bang bang. All that other shit that comes with it, you know what I mean? So, what we're doing today is something very, very especial. It's very, very special because Burger King doesn't know that they sell this, but I'm kind of letting them know that they sell it, so it's already finger looking good. Burger King, if you're watching this, you guys sell this. All right, so the Impossible Whopper. I just spit some shit out, some queso. Anyways, yes, I ate it off of my arm. Burger King sells the Impossible Whopper. Apparently, it's a vegan patty made of plants, also oil and shit, you know what I mean? Which comes from, apparently, plants or whatever. So, this is the Impossible Whopper. They're kind of, going along with a lot of other companies or fast foods that are trying to, give vegan options and eliminate or reduce the consumption of meat. So, what we're doing today is the Possible Whopper, all right? I wouldn't even call it the Possible Whopper. I'm going to go ahead and call it the Possible Burger. So what you do is you go to Burger King and you say, yo, let me get 2 double cheeseburgers. Toss the fucking bun because I don't want it. You know what I mean? I told them plain, but they still put ketchup and pickles on my shit. I think that they're trying to keep me have a little bit of sugar in my shit so that I, don't open my eyes to the reality of this shit, which is we need meat. So this is made possible by killing a cow. I would go ahead and get it. If you want a Possible Burger, you can get it from any restaurant, but Burger King is pretty reasonable on the price. They only charge about, I think it used to be a little bit cheaper, but they went up to $1.99 for a double cheeseburger. Now get this. So Burger King, you kind of can't play them, I guess. I said, how much is it for just a patty, right? I just want a hamburger patty. That's it. How much would that be? She's like, that would be $125. So if I get 2 hamburger patties, that's what? $250. Sorry if you failed math and shit. You're probably confused as fuck. But that would be $250, right? So it's better if I get a double cheeseburger for just $1.99 because that is only $1.99 and it includes 2 pieces of cheese. So, if I would have got cheese and all that with that 2 patties for the $250, then that would have been like, over $3. So I'm saving over $1 by getting it this way. Now they do include a fork and, a knife and shit, but you know what I mean? There's no forks and knives in nature. There's also not necessarily cheeseburgers in nature, but either way, we're gonna eat it with our hands because that's how we get down. So before you click off, because you're bored as fuck, I'm gonna go ahead and finally tell you the story about the time that I went to a restaurant and ordered a steak, but it was actually a vegan steak. It was actually a vegan restaurant, I didn't know it, and I flipped out, all right? I may have flipped a table, I don't know. I'm not Jesus, but I'm Jesus. All right, anyways, so we're going to go ahead and get into this in a little bit after we get through with this burger. So thank you for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, comment, and shit like that. Tell your Jaina, your Kato, your priest about my channel. Actually, what I'm going to do is use this knife. You know what? I'm going to do a solid for Burger King. You guys provided me with utensils and shit. So let me go ahead and be nice and at least use it, you know what I mean? To scrape the fucking pickles and ketchup off this shit. The fuck? Don't ever do that to me again, Burger King. You know what I mean? Trying to keep me addicted to your sugars and shit. What the fuck, homie? So I gotta uncover that real quick and scrape that fucking shit off, alright? So if you have utensils, make sure to use it to scrape the vegetables and fucking sugars as best as you can off. I will, however, lick my fingers. Alright, so anyways. The Possible Burger. Don't look at me. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. So, I've heard that the Impossible Burger or the shouldn't be on the menu burger is pretty good. I believe it, you know what I mean? Fucking Twinkies are good, you know what I mean? Like, Hot Pockets are good. There's a lot of fake food that's horrible for you that's good. But hey, nothing like a possible burger, you know what I mean? Made possible by slaughtering a cow. It's very delicious. It's very cheap, very filling. I want to say very cheap. I mean, it can be. I mean, some of you may be wondering, bro, you just had a fucking cheeseburger. What's going on? Well, here's what's going on. Cheeseburgers are probably my favorite food. Alongside fucking, they gave me a bag too, homie, to put my bricks of coke in. Cheeseburgers are my favorite food, along with like burritos, and maybe pizza, you know what I mean? Pizza used to be my favorite food by far, even just a few years ago, but I've kind of grown out of that. I had a time where I ate nothing but burritos, pause, but I'm kind of past that too. But cheeseburgers, man, like I've loved those for years, you know what I mean? And I'm still grubbing on them. They're perfect for a low carb or keto diet. Most of you think that in about 5 years I'm gonna have a heart attack for eating this many cheeseburgers. That may or may not be true. I don't know. Either way, they're delicious. They fit in perfectly with a keto, low carb, carnivore diet. So if you're on that tip, you know what I mean? If you don't give a fuck about diet, they're good just to eat. For me, it's good because I'm on the run, you know, and it's quick and easy. So let's go ahead and get into that story time. So I was in the Sacramento area. So some of you may or may not know I live in Stockton. I'm currently in Lodi working. So I kind of had to find a place to park that was away from everybody because I'm wearing a bandana. And, you know, out here they don't play with that shit. So I gotta make sure I don't get arrested for being me. So I was in the Sacramento area. I was chilling out there just on the weekend, you know what I mean? I went to like the Old Sac area. Some of you may or may not know about Old Sac. It's dope out there. It's kind of cool, you know, there's some sights to see, some shops, different shit to do. You know, they got horses that they enslave out there, you know. They, you know, walk you around. You could jump on them and shit and ride in a carriage. Anyways, vegan approved. Anyways, man, this Possible Whopper is bomb. I mean, this Possible Burger, I'm sorry. So, I was with my hyena at the time. I'm not with her anymore. And I'm actually going to tell you why I'm not with her either. Oh, by the way, I got Dutch Brothers for caffeine purposes. This was technically supposed to be my breakfast because it has heavy cream in it, and the heavy cream is supposed to fill you up. But if you're a bottomless pit like me, it didn't fill you up. You end up at Burger King getting food. So whatever, it has the caffeine I need. I definitely highly recommend Dutch Brothers over Starbucks with the simple fact that it seems like they don't run out of shit as much as Starbucks does. Maybe because Starbucks gets a lot more business. But I'll go to Starbucks at like 4 a.m., you know, right when they open, and be like, yes, I'll take a cold brew with heavy cream. And they'll be like, oh, we're out of cold brew and heavy cream. I'm like, bro, you just opened. But anyways, Starbucks, if you're watching this, I'm not trying to hate. I love your drinks. It's just that some of the stores I go to run out of shit right away. Dutch Brothers doesn't. They're very friendly. They also have like a card they stamp every time you go there. So after you buy like 8 drinks, you get one free, or 10 drinks. And it's reasonably priced. Not too bad. So anyways, enough of that side shit. So I was in Old Sac, you know, looking around, and then we left Old Sac and we went to the regular Sacramento, you know, town, walking around, just visiting, sightseeing off of J Street. So some of you that are from that area, you know what I'm talking about. So we were just going around there. So I was like, you know what, I'm craving a tasty ass steak. And my girl was like, oh, I know the perfect restaurant we can go to, right? She's like, it's called Diablos. I was like, all right, is it a Mexican food place? She's like, no, they're called Diablos, but it's actually it's a steakhouse. And they serve, you know, a few other things on the menu, but mainly they're famous for their steak. I'm like, famous? She's like, well, popular for their steak. I'm like, okay, well, shit, I'll give it a try, you know. Try anything once, you know what I mean? Not anything, but... So, we end up going to Diablos. And, I was like, okay, what steaks do you have? They're like, well, we have steak. I was like, so you don't have like certain, is it sirloin? Is it T-bone? Is it fucking a New York strip? Is it ribeye? They're like, it's just steak. I was like, all right, well, I thought that was kind of odd. But I'm like, fuck it. I just want some meat, you know what I mean? But at that time, I wasn't doing keto or nothing. I was just like, fuck it, I want the baked potato as well. Extra sour cream, extra queso and shit, bacon bits, bacon bitch. And then I got that. I ordered it, right? I was like, fuck it. I ordered it. And then it came to the table and presented itself to be eaten. You know what I mean? It just, no matter what I say, everything sounds sexual and weird. But anyways, so we had that going on. We got our food. I started digging into the steak, digging into the potato, and telling my girl, giving her an applause, like, man, this place is legit. It's really good. It's just weird to me that they don't, know what kind of cut of steak they have. And while I was eating it, I was like, I'm not really sure what it is. But it tastes pretty good. It just tastes very overly seasoned, like they're trying to make up for something. So she's like, well, I got to be honest with you. We've been together 4 months now, and, I don't want to hide anything from you. And I was like, what the fuck? I mean, you can't be like a tranny or nothing, because we've already got past that point for me to figure that out. Nothing against trannies, you know what I mean, if that's your thing, or if that's what you are. But anyways, that's besides the point. So, besides the point. Anyways, so she was like, okay, I can't lie to you. I'm just going to tell you, this is a vegan restaurant. As soon as she said that, I was chewing on my steak. I was like, she's like, this is a vegan restaurant. The fuck? What do you mean a vegan restaurant? What the fuck am I eating? She's like, it's something called seitan. I was like, Satan? I'm eating fucking Satan? That's why it's called Diablos? What the fuck? I fucking flipped out, bro. I jumped up. I almost loked up on her, you know what I mean? Then I realized it was my girl and a female, so I kind of like, calmed down a little bit. But I was like, I gotta do something, man. Like, I fucking tried to flip over our table, but it was one of those tables that was like embedded into the ground, so I couldn't do that. So I went over, bro. I was like, bring the cook out here. This shit was delicious, because they didn't see me flip out. I wasn't going that crazy yet. So I went to the front and I asked the, customer service person or the fucking host to bring the cook out so I can thank them personally. She's like, yeah. She's like, so he comes out, it's nothing against white people, but it was a white dude, you know what I mean? Tatted from head to toe and shit. He comes out like hella piercings and shit. I was like, bro, that steak was so good. Can I shake your hand? He's like, oh yeah, man. So he goes to shake my hand. I like pull him in. I'm like hugging him hella hard. And then, I didn't want to fucking get an assault charge. So I just hugged him as hard as I could, like trying to pop his bones out and shit. And then I just let him go. And he was like, thanks, man. I appreciate it. He kind of limped off and shit. But I was just like, fuck, bro. This is fucking bullshit, homie. You know what I mean? Like, I went back and I finished all my food, man, because I paid for that shit, but I was fucking pissed, bro. I flipped the fuck out. So I went and sat back down at the table, and I was like, you know what? I don't appreciate you lying to me and leading me astray like this, and telling me that this is one of the best steak places. Granted, it's pretty good, but, we can fuck like one more time tonight, but after that, you know what I mean? You gotta go about your way. Like, I don't want nothing to do with you. So, we finished our day or whatever, went back home, did our thing, and then after that, cut her off, you know what I mean? So, I can't be played like that, bro. I need real fucking carne, you know what I mean? Real meat. Hell yeah. I can't be fucking around, bro. So, get yourself a possible burger. A possible burger. And if you see a cow out there, thank them, bro, for a sacrifice, you know what I mean? To be honest, though, we get a lot of nutrition from actual meat. So, you won't catch me being vegan or eating a vegan product. Actually, I won't say not eating a vegan product. I have tried vegan products before. And there's some that I actually like. There's one that's from Boca Burger, or from the company Boca, called spicy chicken patties. And those actually taste kind of good. A little bit better than the regular patties. But, you know what I mean? That was at a time where I wasn't really tripping off my diet and shit. Right now, it's all about real meat. Let me know what your comments below. What you guys think about it? You know what I mean? Do you think that it's good that these companies, restaurants, fast foods are providing more vegan options for people. I mean, you know what I mean? More meat for everybody else, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure how that'll affect prices, but let me know your thoughts below. Thank you for watching the video. And I guess I'll just see you guys on the next one, all right?